Alright, so I'm gonna be taking off the shock on the truck. So this is a Ford Ranger 2003. So there's two bolts down here on the bottom. Let's see if you guys can see this. I think you guys can. Let's see if I can bring this camera. Up or not? Let's see. So hope you guys can see that. Up here. So there's two right here. So these are 13 millimeters. Right? Those two are 13 millimeters. Then up here, on the top of the shock, these two right here, these are 17 millimeters. Okay, so let's get started on that. See what we can do. Get any position of the camera. Alright, so let's do the bottom one first, just to loosen it up. So, you know, depending on how rusty they are, you might have to use WD-40 or some type of penetrant oil to get them, you know, get that penetrating oil in the thread, so that way you could turn it a little bit easier. That's one turn, so that's good. So I did these shocks back at around 90,000 miles. I replaced them, so now the truck has 175,000 miles. So basically, it's almost, you know, that's almost 90,000 miles, like, you know, 85,000 miles. I plan on keeping this truck for a 250,000 miles. So basically, I have another 75,000 miles before I, you know, sell the truck. So I want to change the shocks now, so that way I could get good use of them. I mean, the shocks are still, the old shocks are still pretty okay. I mean, I think they're nearing the end of their service life. They're not quite there yet, but I'm gonna change it anyways. Just because. Alright, so that's the bottom's loosened already. So the top's a little bit trickier. Look at the top real fast. Top's a little bit trickier because the top has it's basically two nuts tightened against each other to basically you know, to lock each other out. But this cap here, there's a little flat spot on the, you know, on the cap, so you can put like an adjustable wrench here to help hold this. So I have to do that. I won't be able to get to the bottom bolt, or whatever wrench I have. Can't get to the bottom bolt because my wrench is like the thickness is too thick. So I can't get to both of them. So I'm gonna do the top one first and hold this one with like an adjustable wrench. So you have to do that. So like I said, this one is a 17 millimeter right here, 17 millimeter, like so. Now we need to get an adjustable wrench in there. So I have to actually make this flap here. You can see this flap here is not original. Down here, this is the original flap. Over here, this one, and this one is the original flap. But the original flap, something, I forgot what happened to it. It was either ripped or whatever. And then anyways, I had to kind of, and I can't remember where I got this piece from, but I had to cut this out and make a flap replacement instead of buying a new flap, because, you know, they're kind of pricey. That's kind of a funky spot for the thing. So I'm just gonna spin this thing. I think the whole thing will spin, including the top right there. Yeah, the top spinning as well. Oh, the whole shaft is spinning, I should say. So now I have to get my adjustable wrench in the spot. So make sure it's nice and tight in that spot. And my ratcheting box wrench, I'm just making sure that it only has the top nut and not the bottom nut. Okay, that's loose. So you take off the adjustable wrench. I think this front shock is actually easier to change out than the rear. Just because the access is a little bit easier, you don't have to like reach or anything like that. But this is the most tricky spot right here, is holding this down. If this was all rusted up, then this might be harder than the back, but mine is not, so I'm able to take it out pretty easily. That. Oops. Okay. For a second there, I thought the whole shaft was spinning. If the whole shaft is spinning, you have to use the adjustable wrench again and grab the top right here. But since mine is not spinning, I don't have to worry about that. Oops. Oh shit. Knocked the camera over there. Sorry about that for you guys watching. You guys are, what the heck just happened there? Let's stay a little better this way. Doesn't get knocked down again. This thing is... So right now there's a lot of resistance. It doesn't just freely spin, because partly because I think the rubber bushing, but also the threads has a little bit of rust on there, I believe. That makes it a little bit harder as well. It produces more friction basically. Oops, almost hit the hit the camera again. Oh, my arm is actually getting tired. I'll switch arms. Yeah, so actually the resistance is actually coming from this rubber bushing down here. Why the hell did I tighten it so tight? It's not supposed to be that tight. Maybe when I did this 10 years ago, I might have not done it right. So that's always possible. So again, my spindle is not spinning because I have my finger on the spindle right here. I can feel it stationary, so it's not spinning, so that's good. Because if it is spinning, you have to put the adjustable wrench on it. Actually, now at this point, you can't get the adjustable wrench on it anymore because there's nothing there anymore. It's flush. The top of it is flush with the top of the open wrench here, so there's nothing there anymore. So yeah, I definitely put this on way too tight. This is not right. That's not right. Okay, it's off. Okay. Let's get this camera back down. Actually, look at it. Look what's going on. Oof. So you notice one of the jacks not holding this up because it's on jack stands right now. So there's the nut. There's the little washer spacer. So this definitely was over tightened. You see how this? I'm not sure you guys can see it, but it's like it's dished down. It's like cupped down, concave. It's not supposed to be like that. So I think I tightened it too much when I put this on, 10 years ago. See, let's look at the bushing. There's the bushing. Oh, the bushing is still looks pretty good, surprisingly. The other side was all thrashed up. The other side of this thing was all chewed up. So there's the top bushing. All right. So now you have to take off this one down here to where's my wrench? So there's nothing holding the top anymore. These ones. Oh, come on. This is tight. It's that corrosion, that rust. One side. I usually like to blow the threads and make sure they're cleaned out. Also, this is a locking nut here. You can tell that it's a locking nut because if you look at the thread opening, It's not. It's actually not round. It's oval. That's how you know it's a type of locking nut. So when you screw this on and off, you can feel it. You feel like a tight spot and a loose spot, tight spot, loose spot. That's what this does. So that prevents it. They design it like that so they prevent it from backing out. So there's multiple ways of making a locking nut. More than one way to skin a cat. I'm not sure if I like this ovalized version. I think I'd rather have a different type of locking nut. Alright, so that's the other side. And I just blew it out. If you have an air compressor, blow it out with the air compressor, so that works even better. Alright, so the shock should just drop down right here. Let's see what's being hung. It's being hung up somewhere. Let's see if it's coming from the top. Nope, there it goes. So it drops down. So this bottom A-arm here, this is the double wishbone suspension. The bottom A-arm, you just slide it out like so, and the shock comes out. And there it is. So that's the bottom bushing. So basically, the truck frame goes between the bottom bushing and the top bushing. Right, bottom bushing, top bushing like that. Then the washer, then the two nuts on top. And with my fingers, that would be where the frame is. It sits like that. So KYB gas adjust, made in Japan. That's nice. The rear is not. The rear is actually made in Malaysia. So that's it. That's how you take off the front shocks. So yeah, stay tuned for part 2 for installing the new one.